What's up, hustle guys? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my beautiful face, welcome. And if this is your millionth time seeing my beautiful face, welcome back. All right, y'all, before we jump into this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so you are notified every single time your girl uploads. So today we're kind of doing something different. I asked you guys on my Instagram, what would you guys like to see? I said the time I got caught up or the time I found out I was bi. So here we go. So this story time took place like my senior year. So I'm gonna actually do a whole series on my senior year love affair. So boom, let's go ahead and get into this story. So first I'm just gonna tell you a little bit of backstory so you guys can know. So I'm gonna first name the first guy Dream. Me and Dream met back in high school. He actually went to the same school I did, and he was doing his own thing, I was doing my own thing. And no, y'all, I was still a stud. I was still very much studying. I was still very much figuring out my sexuality. Like, yeah, so that's exactly what I was doing. He was doing his own thing. Of course, he had his little situation. I've heard about his situation. Didn't care. It's not my business. We were just strictly friends though. So we started off as friends, and we would just talk every now and again. Like I said, we had the same friend circle, and yeah, that's how I met Dream. How I met the second guy, we're gonna name him Softy. Now Softy was kind of like my trick. He was kind of like, I ain't gonna call him a trick, but he was like an older guy who likes younger women. Like, I was 17 when I met. I was 16 when I was 16 when Softy first started to try to like talk to me. Like, he would be in my inbox all the time. He would always comment under my posts and stuff like that, and I just always thought it was weird, like, because I was not into older guys. But again, I wasn't really into guys anyway, so it was like, okay, like, it wasn't given for me. So anyway, I'm going into my senior year. I think I'm 17 at the time when me and Dream first like start talking. Like, our friendship got closer, that's what I'm gonna say. So Dream and I, we started having deep conversations. You know, he was going to school, he was going to college or whatever, and you know, he really didn't have any support, and I was kind of like in the same boat. So anyway, I'm pretty much just telling like Dream all my little secrets, all my little deep dark feelings. Yeah. My senior year, I had an apartment. My auntie had got me an apartment. Like I said, they couldn't really handle me anymore, and I was just tired of them. So they ended up getting me an apartment. So I got an apartment. So now I already thought I was grown back then. So now I think I'm really, really grown. I got this apartment. I'm like, ooh, like, I'm 17. I got this apartment. Like, I'm doing the damn thing. I got a little job. You know, I thought I was balling back then because my checks used to be $200-$300, y'all. And, you know, I used to think I was balling. Okay. Like, you know, so anyway, I'm just telling, you know, like, we're gonna give my other friend, her name is Sunshine. So I'm just telling Sunshine like, oh yeah, me and Dream are getting really, really close and da 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 da. And she's just like, oh, okay, you know, that's fine. So on this one particular night, me and all my homegirls, we just, you know, at my house chilling, partying, you know, having a little vent session, and we go ahead and we are just like, oh my god, like, it's getting real late. So they all go to their man house. They all go to their man house or go home, one of the two. They went either home or to their man house, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm bored. I don't want to be alone. I'm over here in my feelings, y'all. Like, I used to hate being like alone in my apartment sometimes. So like on this particular night, I was really, really bored. So something just told me to like text every guy and text everybody in my phone, like, what you doing? I was really, really bad at that, and I was really bad at saving numbers. So remember that. I never save numbers. If I don't talk to you on a regular basis, I don't save your number. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going ahead and just copy and pasting the same message to everybody. I know, I do that, okay? That's what I do. So anyway, I'm just going ahead and copy and pasting the same message to everybody. And I'm just like, hey, what's up? What you doing? What you got going? And they either replying, like telling me what they're doing. I'm like, that's boring, that's boring, that's boring, that's boring. Something just told me to call Dream. I don't know why something didn't tell me to text Dream, but something told me to call Dream. I'm like, Dream, what you doing? He like, nothing. I'm at bro house. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, he's like, what you got going? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing, you know. Sunshine and the gang just left, you know. We just chilling. We was just chilling, but I'm bored. Why don't you come over since you over best friend house? He just lived like around the corner. So no, I don't know if I said this, but his best friend is my best friend, but his name is gonna be Bro. So I'm just like, since you over bro house, like, you know, just come over. So he like, all right, what's your location? So I sent him my address, you know. He comes over, you know. I go ahead and I'm just like, you want something to drink, you know? Like, I already know what kind of type of time I'm on, but he kind of like just kind of like going with the flow, but that's okay too. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, if you don't know, I'm Aquarius. We're kind of aggressive, and when I'm drunk, I'm really aggressive. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'm going ahead and, you know, we just talking, laughing. He getting drunk. I can see him getting drunk. I can see him feeling the drink a little bit. So I'm just like, you want to lay down in my bed? And if you know, like, how my apartment is, I'm going to try to, like, find a picture of it. But, like, how my apartment is, it's like a little efficiency. Like, literally, like, as soon as you open the door, like, you can see my bed right there. That's something you guys need to know. It's like an efficiency. You just open the door. Boom, it's like bedroom. So I'm just like, you want to lay in the bed? Because I had like a love seat like right at the foot of my bed, but I'm just like, you want to lay in my bed? He's like, all right, cool. So he took my V card. So after that, I'm just like, so what you about to do after this? And he's like, oh, so you trying to kick me out? Like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm just like, I'm like, you don't got nothing to do. I'm just like, so you don't got nothing to do? And he's like, nah, so you trying to kick me out for real? I'm just like, nah, I'm just playing. You can stay. But whole time I really did want him to leave. So I just go to bed because I'm just like, I'm too drunk at this point and I'm a little high. Because, you know, Dream, if he didn't have nothing else, he always had some, you know, on him. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just a little high, I'm a little drunk. You know, I'm just like, let me go to bed. Like, so I'm just like, oh, I'm just playing. I really want to just cuddle with you. Y'all's lying. I was dead serious. I was dead serious. I was just like, okay, it was awkward after that. So I went to bed, he went to bed, right? We wake up the next morning. He like, you coming to best friend house, you know he having a kick out. I mean, you coming to bro house, like, you know he having a kickback. You know, I know Sunshine and the gang coming, so are you coming? I'm like, yeah, if Sunshine and them gonna be there, of course I'm gonna be there. Like, I ain't about to come to no sausage party, but I'm definitely gonna come if my girls come. So he like, all right, man, see you later, man. I'm like, all right, cool. So then a couple days go by. Bro didn't end up having a kickback. He just was like, shit, I'm gonna work, I'm tired, da 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 da. I'm like, cool. So everybody doing their own thing for the next couple days. Out of nowhere, I'm just like, dang, I ain't went nowhere. I ain't went out to eat. I ain't did nothing. Like, I'm so bored. But out of the blue, here comes Softy in my DM like, hey, I really want to take you out. Can you be ready by 7 o'clock? Whatever plans you got, don't worry about it. If you got to work, don't worry about it. I'm paying you and da 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 da. I'm just like, I was like, paying me? He was like, yeah, can you be ready by 7? He was like, if you need to get your hair or anything done, like, I'll pay for it. I'm just like, you know, like, I kept my hair done. So it's like, no, I don't need to get my hair done. I don't need to do anything. So I'm just like, okay. So he's just like, yeah, put on your baddest dress. Put on your baddest heels. Like, I want you to look real, real good. I'm like, okay. So I'm just like, he's like, yeah, just go ahead and send me your number and send me your address. I'm just like, I don't really know my address, but I can guide you here. Because I didn't want to give him my address, y'all. I didn't feel comfortable like that. I felt like it was really, really weird that he would just like message me that out of the blue. And then I low-key thought he was about to try to like put me in prostitution or something. Like, I know y'all probably like, Tiffany, why'd you go? Because I was bored and I was young and dumb, okay? I was willing to risk it. I was willing to risk it to get the biscuit, okay? So yeah, I'm just like, okay, he said he gonna pay for me. So I'm texting Sunshine. I'm like, hey, I'm going out with Softy tonight. You know, like, this is what Softy look like, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So Softy pulls up. And I'm not standing at my apartment, like, so I walk down the street so he can pick me up from my house down the street, because I didn't want him to know that I live down there. So like I said, Softy comes, you know, pulls up on me, and you know, he pull up on me real nice. I'm like, okay, he got some money, okay. I'm like, he got some money. He like, so where you want to go? I'm just like, oh, like, did you have any plans? He was like, I made reservations, but I don't know if you gonna like, I don't know if you ever been there. I'm like, where is it? He's like, oh, the Eagle's Nest. I'm like, oh, I've been there before. Like, you know, like, I have been to the Eagle's Nest before. Like, my family always go there. I'm just like, oh yeah, I love that restaurant. You know, he's like, oh, you been there before? I'm like, yeah, my family always go. This is my first time dating someone this old. So I was 17, he was 37. So yeah, bro had a good 20 on me. So this is my first time ever dating somebody that old. But I'm just going through the flow of the date. So he's like, yeah, what you want to get into? And I'm like, you know, honestly, like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Lying, because this is like on a Saturday. Really, I just had like a kickback to go to. I didn't have to go to work. I had actually called off that Saturday so I could go to the kickback that night, but it was gonna take me all day to get ready. So I was just like, yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning, so I gotta be back home about like 10 o'clock or something. He was like, oh, okay. Because when he came to get me, he got me at like 7 o'clock. Like I said, he said be ready at 7 o'clock. I'm just telling Sunshine about this, and I'm just, you know, telling her, texting her throughout the day, because I had told her, like, hey, if this day going bad, like, I'm gonna text you 911. You gonna So anyway, I go ahead and, you know, we're on the date. The date is going good. So he's just basically like telling me, he's like, oh, you want to come back to the house? I'm like, yeah, you know, like, I'll go back to your house. And I know y'all probably like, oh my God, Tiffany, that is so dangerous. I'm pretty good at reading people. I'm pretty good at knowing what kind of situations I'm about to get into. Like, yeah, Tiffany, we not giving up the cookie. Like, no, we not doing it. When I gave it up to Dream, like, I was just like, oh my God, I was in love.
You know, but
like, nah, we can't do that. Like, I'll go on some dates with you. You can give me money, but I didn't know that it was gonna be this type of crazy situation. So anyway, like I was saying, like, Dream never asked me any questions about if I was dealing with somebody. He never even cared about that. I never asked him. He probably like wondered. I never wondered, because I would always go through his phone. Like, every time he would sleep, like, he would always go to sleep before me. So like, I would just go through his phone, and I would already know like what he got going on. He didn't really have too much going on. It was just mainly him being thirsty and girls curving him, pretty much. So I didn't have nothing to worry about in that department. So I'm just like, all right, cool. So one thing I can say about him is bro had some coins, okay? He had this nice big old house. He had like a couple of cars in there. And y'all know, y'all probably like, oh my God, did he have kids? You know, tell me more about Softy. No, well, Softy did have a kid. He had one son. And I met his son the first night. And I probably like, oh my God, yeah. His son lived with him. I didn't even know he had a kid. He never told me he had a kid. But I never asked either. Anyway. So bro had a kid. Softy had a kid. And the kid he was alright. He was cute. But y'all know I don't like kids. I'll figure out more about Softy in these next couple story times. So yeah. I'm telling Sunshine, and I'm texting my other friend. We're gonna call her Judy because she got a big old booty. So I'm texting Judy and I'm texting Sunshine like, oh my God, like, me and Softy, we did this, we did this. He took me to his house. He got a nice house. I was like, but he got a kid. Like, he got a kid, y'all. And you know, I don't really like kids. You know, I'm still a kid myself. And I know y'all probably like, how is he that old messing with you? But y'all, he was that old, and I'm not the type to tell my business. I've never been like that. But he would always be like, yeah, you got to keep it on the hush, like, because you underage. Like, he knew I was underage. He knew I was 17. I didn't lie about my age. Nothing. Like, yeah, I never had a reason to, because I mean, it just is what it is. So yeah, he would just be like, yeah, you gotta keep it on a hush hush because you underage. Now when you turn 18, you know, I'ma make you mine. And like, I always used to try to be all cutesy and be like, oh, like, that's so sweet. That's what I was just saying. Like, in my mind, I was thinking, like, shit. Fast forward a couple of months, you know, Softy is still spending money, sending me money. He's still doing for me. And I'm still, you know, messing with Dream. Like, one specific night, like, this number was blowing up my phone, and I'm in the shower. Now usually if I'm in the shower and Dream is at my house, he'll be like, oh, such and such is calling you, or somebody calling you. He's like, oh, somebody calling you. I'm like, who is it? He like, I don't know, the number ain't saved. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, let it go to voicemail, because I'm the type, if you don't leave a voicemail, I ain't calling you back. I'm still like that now. If you don't leave a voicemail, I'm not calling you back. You will not hear from me. Or if you don't leave a voicemail or a text message, like, boom. Then all of a sudden Softy texted me, like, when I got out the shower. Then he started texting me like, what you doing? And I'm just like, nothing, I'm about to go. I was like, oh, I'm about to go bowling with my friends and da 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 da, right? So bro was coming to pick us up so we can go bowling or whatever. So I'm going bowling. Now, no, I didn't notice at the time, but I should have known something was up, because why is a random number calling me and then you texting me? But I didn't put two and two together until after this situation happened. So like I said, me and Dream, we go out, we go bowling, we having a good time, we come back, right? And I felt like an eerie feeling, but I just kind of, you know, like when you drunk and you just be like, nah, you tripping. Like, that's how it was. I was like, nah, I'm just tripping. Like, I just kept telling Dream, like, something feel off. Like, something ain't right. Like, something feel off. And he was like, nah, you just drunk. Like, you tripping. So, anyway, now we getting into the nitty gritty, y'all. So anyway, we go bowling, we come back to my house. Now everybody comes to my house initially because they like, oh, let's smoke, let's have like a little hot box session. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So we smoking, we drinking, we chilling, we laughing. Then probably about like 1, 2 o'clock, everybody leave. So everybody leave except for Dream. So Dream is still at my house, me and him. He like, oh, you want me to cook for you? So I'm like, all right, cool. So he cooks for me, and then we eat, and then we, you know, go to bed. Then, like, I swear to y'all, it was like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, my phone is just blowing up, blowing up, blowing up, blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. Like, call back to back to back to back. It's I see the emoji now. Like, now I'm seeing like, okay, yeah, it's Softy. Like, and so instead of answering the phone, I couldn't answer the phone because I'm laid up in the bed with Dream. Like, how would that sound? So like, and then Dream, he's mad nosy. Like, he's mad nosy. Like, he be knowing what's up. Like, he mad nosy. So I'm just like, I'm just like texting him like, hey, what's up? He's like, call me, like, pick up the phone, what you doing? I'm just like, oh, I'm about to get in the shower. All right, y'all, so my camera was dead. I'm sorry. So the last part I stopped is like, so like I said, Softy blowing me up, he blowing me up, but I'm texting him instead of like, you know, picking up the phone. So he's like, oh, he's like, so you be in the shower? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get in the shower, you know, like, me and my friends, we about to hang out because we want to like have like a little movie night because bro got a new place. So we was gonna all kick it over there. So me and Dream, like I said, Dream is still at my house because he slept over. So like I said, we all chilling, kicking it. I get in the shower, I'm getting ready. Then all of a sudden I hear boom, 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 boom. And Dream is like, who is that? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, who is that keep calling you? That's probably who it is. And I'm just like, now I gotta tell Dream what's been going on, because I gotta kind of give him like a short little story, because I'm just like, basically I've been talking to this older nigga, like, he don't know where I live, so I don't know who that is. So I look through the peephole. No, I couldn't see the peephole. So Dream looks through the peephole and he's like, It's some nigga, he got like braids, he a little short fat nigga. I'm just like, oh my god, how did Dream know that I live here? I'm just like, how you know I live here? But y'all, so anyway, Dream is banging. I mean, Softy is banging on my door, like banging. Now, if you like on my apartments, in my apartments, it's only 2 apartments. So you got like, it's only 2 apartments like on the first floor. So you got my apartment, and then you go like down a little long hallway, and then you got like another apartment. So my apartment is like is at the front, and then the other apartment is at the back, right? So he banging on the door. He like, I hear you in there, I hear you in there. I'm just like, how the, first of all, to get into my apartment, you had to like know the code or get buzzed in. So I'm like, how the fuck did he get in here? And how the fuck did he know that this was my apartment? So all this stuff is going through my head. He like, he been to your house and he know you live alone? I'm like, no, nobody know I live alone, but you know, like the close family and stuff. And like every time I was like over like his house and stuff, I would always turn my phone off. I would always just text Sunshine and Judy like the address, and I would just let them know where I'm at, like as a safety precaution. But I would let them know like, hey, I'm turning off my phone. And I would always turn off my phone so he couldn't go through my phone. And then, you know, my phone, I never had a password on my phone, so you know, I just always would turn it off, and then I would always like keep it close to me. And then like if he would ever, like he never asked for my phone or nothing, like he never did none of that stuff. So I was like, how the fuck would he know like my address or anything? Like, and how would he know like my apartment? So he banging there. Like now I'm out the shower, right? So I'm at the shower, Dream just like, bro, like, I don't care. Like, he's like, oh, so you, he was like, man, I gotta go. I'm just like, no, don't go out there, because like, I know, Softy be having that, you know, he be having that little, you know, and I know he be trying to somebody. So I'd be like, oh my god, like, you can't be doing that. But I know Dream, he about that life, okay? I done seen this man in action. So I'm just like, oh my god, I'm about to get kicked out. I wasn't even worried about them too at this point. I was just like, oh my god, I'm about to get kicked out. Like, oh my god, like, please, Lord, please don't let this go down in my apartment. Please don't let nobody get boom boom in my apartment. Dream like, oh my god, calm down, calm down, calm down, please, like, just don't say nothing. So now we in an apartment. we in my apartment on the bed, laying there just quiet. Quiet. Like, I'm just like praying, like, Lord, please don't let him. I was like so scared, and like Dream could tell I was scared. He could tell I was scared, so I think he didn't want to show that he was scared, but he definitely was like, if anything happened, you could, like, I got you, da 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 da. But I'm just like, no, like, he be having a do, and I'm like, I don't want to die. Like, I was so freaking scared, y'all. I was so scared. So anyway, then he texted me one more time. He was like, are you sure you're not at home? I'm like, no, I'm not at home. And then I was like, I'm at my best friend's house. And he was like, oh, because I hear somebody in your apartment. I was like, how the F did you get into my apartment? And I was like, he was like, I saw you. He was like, I saw you going to this apartment yesterday. And I'm like, yesterday? I'm like, when did you see me going to this apartment yesterday? He was like, yeah, I saw you and some guy, and you, a couple of guys and a couple of girls go into the apartment yesterday. No, y'all, I told y'all we had went bowling. Everybody came back to my house. So I'm like, okay. I was like, but that's not my, I was like, that's not my apartment. That's somebody else, you know, apartment. Y'all, I'm lying because I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, oh, so he been stalking me. So I say his name. So Dream is just like, fuck it, like, I'm about to leave. If he do something, I'm about to knock his ass out, da da da. I'm like, no, please don't go, please don't leave me here. He like, man, you good, like, you straight. If he was like, if he at this door, I'm telling you, I'm gonna knock his ass out. Cause Softy had told me, he was like, all right, I'm leaving, and he left. But I didn't know if he left for real or if he just like went outside to see if we was gonna make noise, you know. Like, now I'm extra paranoid. So I'm just like, oh my god. So Dream ended up leaving. He left and went to bro house. Now I knew what he was going to bro house for. I knew he was about to go tell bro exactly everything that freaking just happened. So I was just like, oh my god, like, so something just told me to call Judy. So I'm calling Judy. I'm like, Judy, can you hurry up and get over here? Like, Softy being crazy, like, you know, da 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 da. Now I never sent Judy like what Softy looks like, but as soon as I told Judy what was going on, Judy, like, she lived kind of far, but she was over my house in like 5 minutes. Like, I swear to y'all, like, she was not playing no games. Her and her girlfriend was over there, and you know, her girlfriend brung the, and she was like, where he at? Where he at? Where he at? And I'm just like, I think he left. Like, I was like, but Dream left too. You know, Dream mad at me. And she was like, how you know Dream is mad at you? I was like, because usually, like, he would kiss me and tell me, like, bye. And I was like, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do none of that. He couldn't even look at me after that. So I was just like, yeah, he mad at me. And like, I was like trying to call and text Dream. Dream was ignoring me. Dream was ignoring me. So I'm like, fuck, like, so now I'm mad, I'm pissed off, because now I'm just like, man, this nigga is stalking me. I'm like, girl, I'm telling Judy and her girlfriend, I'm just like, Judy, like, he's stalking me. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, you remember how last night I was telling you, like, me, Sunshine, and the gang, we all going to bowling last night. I was like, and you know, like, I told y'all I never told this nigga where I live. Y'all, I was like, first of all, how he know this was my apartment, A, and then I was like, girl, he basically told me that he saw me and a bunch of people come into this apartment last night, and da 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 da. He was like, he only saw like a couple of them left, because my other best friend, like, he had like a little, he just went out the back. He didn't go through the front. So he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, so he know where I live now. And she was like, so you told him that you live here? I said, no, I told him that, you know, I'm at my best friend's house and da 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 da. I was like, I told him I was at bro house and da 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 da, all this stuff. So right, so girl, I'm like paranoid though, because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like, is he outside? Like, she's like, what kind of car he drive? I'm like showing her the car or whatever, and then I'm showing y'all, like, I'm showing Judy, like, showing him like what Softy looked like and shit. She like, I know Softy. She like, no, I know him. Like, no, I know him, like, he on some, like, I know him, bro. I'm like, for real? She's like, nah, for real. Like, I'm about to call my auntie right now. Da 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 da. Y'all, this story gets a little crazier. But if you want that story time, y'all, of how I had to cut him off and how crazy it got, y'all, that's a whole nother story time. So thank you guys for watching this story time. If you guys like this story time and you want to hear more about Softy, you want to hear more about Dream, you want to hear about the friendship ending between me and Sunshine and bro, if y'all want to hear about all that, y'all, make sure y'all leave a comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you tell me guys how I did in the comments, because I love you guys, and have a great day.